Conor Benn, 931 days will have passed between October the 8th, 2022 and 26th of April, 2025. What emotions does that stir when you think of everything that's happened between those two dates?
Yeah, I mean, a lot's happened. A lot of life has happened, been through hell and back, but we're here now and I'm focused on the future, focused on finishing what was started.
What are your feelings towards Chris Eubank Jr?
Yeah, I don't like Chris. I think he's an idiot.
May I ask you just to give a bit more in terms of that? Because hate was a word that was very much used around the meeting of your father.
Yeah, I'd say I hate what he stands for. I hate who he is as a man, what he's chasing. Just him as a man personally, you know, for reasons that aren't public, personal reasons between me and Chris that he's fully aware of as to why I completely dislike him.
Are you aware of the size of the fight now, the magnitude, the interest?
A fight's a fight, ultimately. I mean, obviously there is interest with the history of our dads, mainly. Us being our father's sons. I mean, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, but I think the big personality clash, the controversy, the adversity, it sells, but it doesn't change, you know, the outcome come April 26th and what I want to do to him.
Is this the battle of each other now? You know, there was talk of world titles, talk of other lucrative fights, but this is the battle of each other that you simply could not avoid, that eventually you felt like your paths would meet at this point?
It was a fight that was never going away. Obviously I had the WBC world title ready there for me to take against Barrios, which is still the plan after I knock Eubank out. But it was a fight that just seemed to never go away. It was the fight that the public demanded and commercially made a lot more sense. Obviously, I want to fight a man.
For the winner, you've just said what would happen, but for the loser?
When he loses, he has to retire. I don't understand why at this stage of his career he chooses to fight a welterweight over a world title. I can drop back down and go get my world title. No problem. I'll go and fight for the WBC world title, the WBA, the WBO. I think I'm top ranked, you know, top 5 in almost every governing body. But as for him, he's chasing one thing, and that's the difference between me and him.
Could you live with losing to him?
No, I couldn't. No, I've not lost. I'm undefeated. He will not be my first loss. That man I refuse to lose to.
Because it's very unlikely, it's not unheard of, but it's very unlikely that you can go through your whole career, not have a speed bump, you know. Some of the greatest fighters in the world come unstuck on their night when it just didn't happen. But to lose to him with everything that's come with it, you almost think like you have to win, it's can't lose, and I wonder how that pressure sits with you.
Yeah, listen, I will lose fights. That goes without saying. With my style, it's entertaining, but you know, there's a level of vulnerability there that we're still working on now. But not to him. Not to him. That's yeah, I couldn't suffer it. The thought of losing to him, the fear of losing to him is what gets me out of bed at 5 in the morning.
With as much comfort as you're happy to speak about it, I mean, a lot has happened in your life with some pretty well documented circumstances. How do you feel now that you're back and you sit here now ready to talk about a fight? And do you feel like a win would bring some vindication? Are you looking for vindication?
I feel like I've been vindicated anyway. To some I have, to some I haven't. Ultimately, that's down to how people view me, people's thoughts on me, and people who have followed it. It doesn't concern me. All that matters is how I feel, and I've been vindicated way back when. But I've been through hell and back, obviously. You know, at one stage it felt like I didn't want to fight anymore. I felt like my career was done. At one stage I didn't want to fight anymore. My heart had fallen out of it. And my team, my trainer specifically, had said, Conor, just keep going. Every day gets easier. And here we are today. But I was broken, definitely. I was a broken man, for sure. trying to pull myself together. And only I could pull myself out of that hole. Nobody else could. Not my kids, not my family, not my team. Nobody could pull me out of that hole. I had to have a good long look at myself in the mirror and sort myself out. Is this who you are? Is this who you're going to be? Is this who your kid's dad is? And I just wasn't happy with it. And that's why I had to just keep it moving. And it got easier. Every day it's got easier. I'm a fighter. Not just in the ring, but everything life throws at you. Life's a fight. And it's the hardest fight. Because you have to live with it every day.
April 26th, do you think that you'll say when, I'll say if, but if you get over the line, how do you think you'll feel? When you've just said everything like that?
It's my world title fight. I'd rather this fight than any world title, for sure. I'd rather have his name on my record than any world title. Definitely. Because that's cemented. Like, you can't say nothing. You just got beat by a welterweight. Done. That's it, finished. That chapter closed.
We think this is going to be a firefight. Do you think this fight ends inside the distance in your favour?
It'll be a firefight for as long as it lasts. I don't see this fight going. I don't see this fight going points. A lot of people say, I rely on my power. I rely on, my athleticism. I can outbox you for 12, no problem. I've got the engine to do 12 easy. Done 12, 10 easy, no problem. I condition myself as a 15-round fighter. So for me, whether this will be a knockout, but moving on, any fight, if it goes points, no problem. I'll beat you up for 12. I'll beat you up for 12, no problem. You either get banged out or you get beaten up for 12, or choose to wave your white flag. Either or, you get the victory.